Hello my loves, welcome back to another video. As you can read by the title, today's video is all about my own journey with being single, how to enjoy being single in this period of your life, because I know for many it can be a lonely time, but I want to share some insight in terms of my life as someone who is single but feels extremely fulfilled and literally let's just say single. I am so single. Like, I am not talking to anyone at all. I am single by choice. The two boyfriends that I did have, I broke up with them. A little bit of a heartbreak potentially, but it's coming from such a healed place. So I want to share my experience when it comes to being single. And if you've dated someone before, I was in a relationship for 6.5 years. And it was an amazing relationship, but I left that. So I would say, like, don't count my second boyfriend. But like, when I first broke up with my first boyfriend, I have now been single for nearly 2 years, coming up to 2 years in August, and it's now in June. So like 19 months, I believe I've been single for. And it has been incredible. When you start living for yourself and you learn what you actually want to do and the things that you enjoy, I really feel like that's when life actually starts. If you are scared of being single and you've just became single for whatever reason and you're like, oh my gosh, like, this is awful, I feel so lonely, like, trust me, you just have to learn yourself and you really have to date yourself. When you get to know yourself and you get to learn your love language and you practice it on yourself, those things that you would typically do for a partner, but you start doing that for yourself, you actually start becoming like quite selfish, and you actually ask yourself, oh, well, do I actually want to go to that party? Or do I actually want to go to that party? Or do I actually want that for dinner? You actually start thinking and living for yourself, and I think it's something that I think everyone needs to experience. And I think it's so important that you go through a phase of being single and really knowing what it's like for yourself, because my first boyfriend, we started dating when I was 15 years old. So from 15 to me being 22, it was being in a relationship. I had never been single ever before that. He was my first boyfriend, first kiss. So I had never actually been single, like, other than like being a child, you know. So for me, like, this is my first time being single and navigating that, and for sure, like, having those feelings of like loneliness, that's gonna happen to every single person. But guess what? It's gonna happen even if you're in a relationship, even if you're in a marriage. You're gonna have periods of time where you feel lonely. So just acknowledge that, like, that feeling is normal. It's not just because you're single, and sometimes you don't actually want a partner. Sometimes you're just craving something. So maybe, for example, if you're feeling lonely one day, okay, well, what is it that I need to do so for me to not feel lonely? Like, maybe you just need to see some friends. Maybe it's not a partner that you need. Maybe it's you actually need to give that to yourself. I know a lot of people will want to rush their stage of being single and just find their future partner already, but when you think about it, once you find the one and you find your soulmate, that's it. You will never get the opportunity to be single again, God forbid. So when you think about it like that, and you're like, wow, I'm probably only going to be single for a few years. So, like, that's kind of scary. Like, I know that scares me because I love being single. But the thing is as well, is like, what makes me feel so happy being single is not because I'm selfish or because I don't want to love someone or anything like that. It's because I spend my days doing what I love so much. And if you don't have a hobby as an adult, girl, you need to get yourself a hobby. I do so many different things. I love doing everything, and I never really used to be this way ever. Like, I would just go to the gym and I would never really have any like hobbies. Like, I do pole dancing, but still I even put that on the back burner, as you do when you're in a relationship. You make those compromises, and relationships take time, they take work, and yeah, they're time consuming, not to mention if you have kids involved in that as well. The great thing about being single is you have so much time. All my time, I go to the gym, I work on my business even more than ever, and then guess what? I still have free time, so I can hang out with my friends and I can do all of these different hobbies. I'm learning a new language. I am doing Muay Thai. I do pole dancing. I do Lyra. I'm starting silks. Traveling so much. Solo traveling is so amazing. If you've never solo traveled, or if you've never gone to the movies by yourself, or you've never taken yourself out to a nice restaurant or a nice cafe that you want to go, if you can do those things, you become so powerful. Something my parents taught me growing up from a very young age, and I think this is why I'm so business minded, is to never rely on someone for anything. And for sure, you know, your family, you always rely on each other, whatever, but like for the most part, like, it's up to you. If you want something, if you want money, guess what? You have to work. You cannot rely on a single person. And I think this is such a positive trait. But if you don't have this, you need to start rewiring your mind. If you want something, you can go do it. You can do it yourself. You want to go travel, you do not have to wait on a partner. You can go do that yourself. Solo traveling is one of the best things ever. I love solo traveling. You gain so much knowledge. It's so empowering having to be like, okay, I need to figure this out myself, and you end up meeting the most incredible people. Even like going to church, and if you go there alone, you're gonna make new friends. I literally just got back from a high tea from a girl that I met from church, and it was so lovely, and I met all these new girls. It was such an amazing time at the Langham Gold Coast. It was gorgeous. Honestly, I really don't think I would have met those girls if I was in a relationship, because if I was in a relationship and just going with my partner to church, then you can kind of block yourself off from friendships. So use your singlehood to make other friends and to water yourself. Like, this is really the time to start building. Gone are the days of trying to rely on a man for things. Like, if you want something, you can get it, because there is nothing better than being able to make your own money and knowing that you got it for yourself. And any man that comes into your life, that's just an addition to you and your life. And when you have money as well and you spend all your time just growing your own business, you can see how that man is for what he really is. Not just, oh, I'm trapped because he's giving me this good lifestyle. Because, babes, a golden jail is still a jail at the end of the day. Use that time to invest in yourself, to upskill, to work on yourself, to do your beauty treatments. At the end of the day, I hate that it's like this, but I'm going to say it, and it's not going to sit right with a lot of people, and it's going to ruffle some feathers. But beauty is currency at the end of the day, and you see it all the time, especially in Dubai. I live in Dubai, as you know. The most gorgeous girls get all of these incredible opportunities just because they look a certain type of way. And I've truly believed that it doesn't matter what you look like or what your starting point is, but you can make yourself so stunning by looking after yourself. I've started getting facials every single month, and it's transformed my skin. Like, do you see my skin? I do not have a single line or anything, just because I had microneedling done a few days ago, and it's amazing. And I spend so much money on self-care and everything, which is amazing. Like, I'm just up leveling myself in every single area of life, and that's what you need to be doing when you are single. And that's how I thrive so much being single. And I love having my own space and decorating it the way that I want and keeping things clean and in a way that I like, and I don't have to worry about someone else. I just think it's so amazing. So if you're feeling down about being single, I understand. I do. We all have those moments. Even if you're in a committed marriage with a husband that you love so much, you're still going to have those moments. Trying to say that marriages should be hard or anything like that. But remember, those feelings of loneliness are normal. If you feel that constant overwhelming feeling of like, oh, I want to find the one or whatnot, I just really don't think someone's going to find you. And I think eventually the right person will come along once you've developed yourself enough. And you have to ask yourself, okay, the dream man that I want, if he met me exactly how I am today, am I going to be his dream woman? I feel pretty confident in myself, to be honest. I have done a lot of things. I own multiple properties. I have a successful business. I've got a lot of investments. My business is good. My money's good. My family is good. My relationship with God is good. Like, I am pretty well-rounded. I look after myself. I'm very hyper feminine, but also very independent. Like, I am honestly my dream woman, and that's pretty much what I want you to be for yourself. You have to be your dream woman. You have to put yourself on that pedestal, but that doesn't come from not working on yourself. Like, you can only have that level of confidence within yourself if you do the work, and you are educated, and you have hobbies, and you are skillful, and you have a lot of things going on for you, and the confidence that comes with that, and that feeling of fulfillment. Because guess what? You actually might not even meet your soulmate. You know, marriage actually isn't for everyone, and more than 50% of people are single nowadays. So marriage might not even be on the cards. And if that makes you uncomfortable, you really need to get comfortable with the idea of being single. Actually, quite frankly, for me, I'm okay if I have to be single for the rest of my life. Like, I really am okay for it. It actually sounds really good. I'm like, oh. Like, the idea of falling in love and having to share a bed with a man, doesn't sit well with me, if I'm being quite honest. Like, gosh, I would have to love them so much for me to actually want to be with a man. And I'm super straight. But it's still just like not a priority to me unless there's someone who I respect, who I admire, who I look up to and I can learn from business wise, and we complement each other. Okay, I am ready and I'm open and I'm not blocking myself off by any means. I do believe there are great men out there. I haven't met my person yet, if it happens. But if it doesn't, it's okay, because my life is so amazing. You need to stop waiting to try and find the one, because guess what? You know who your soulmate is? It is you. You are the one who's going to be there for you for the rest of your life. So you have to make sure your life is a life that you love and that you enjoy living every single second of. But with that being said, I'm going to leave this video here, my loves. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, and please, if you like this video, please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. I'm trying to grow this channel and I'd love to keep doing more of these videos, but please subscribe, and it helps me out so much. I love you all so much. I'm cheering for you, and I'll see you all in my next video.